Year one. Today we're spending, just this day, we're going to go over halving things. Tomorrow we're going to go over quartering things, and then we're going to move on, and we've got 6 days where we can spend our maths lessons on revising things we've done in the past before Christmas. So we have two different ways of writing half. We have the word and we have the symbol, and remember the maths, the number version of it, the symbol, is 1 part of 2, because when we're cutting something in half, we cut something in 2. When we write a quarter, it's in 4 parts. That's why the 4's on the bottom. And when we write a third, which you don't need to know yet, it's in 3 parts. But there might be some little questions about that on your fractions task on Karate Cats, which you've got to do today. So let's have a little look. So remember, there's 2 ways of doing this. You could share them out like so. So we have half these chocolates. So I've got 1 for you and I'll leave 1. 1 for you, then I'll leave 1. 1 for you, then I'll leave 1 for me, and 1 for you. So I've cut them in half by sharing them out, taking turns, like we've been doing on our practical tasks in class last week when we shared the lunch and we shared the pirate's treasure. And we can see that half of 8 is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's one way of doing it. Some people prefer to actually look at the picture and get a pen or something and try and do it roughly. Now, sometimes when you do it, it might not work straight away. So if I'm just going to do it like this, okay, sometimes you need to double check that you've actually got the same amount on each half. So I've split them into 2 groups. I have 1, 2, 3 in my bottom group, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in my top group. So are they even? Are they shared evenly? No. And you're all shouting out. What I need to do at home is I need to add 1 more to my bottom group. So now my bottom group has 1, 2, 3, 4. My top group has 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I know half of 8 is 4, and I've shared it correctly, because they both have to be the same, don't they? So let's select the top group. And you all did very well on this, by the way, last week when we did it. So let's see if we got that right. I'm sure we have. Yes, we have. Okay, let's rub it out. Okay. Half of the bunch, so I'm going to share them first. 1 for me, 1 for you, 1 for me, 1 for you, 1 for me. So I'm saying half of 2, 4, 6. Half of 6 is 3. Remember the other way of doing them, which some people like to do. You can choose, if you've got a picture, you can always choose the way you prefer, is to split them in half. Always double check that you've got the same amount. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3. So half of 6 is 3. Let's choose one of those groups. Super.
Well done. Half of 6 is 3. Select
Half of the bottles. Okay. Let's share them out. So 1 for me, 1 for Mrs. Walker, 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 and 1 for me, and 1 for Mrs. Walker. So how many do I have that are highlighted in blue? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rub that out. I have 6. Mrs. Walker has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 each, so half of this number is 6. If you want to quickly find out what this number is, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Half of 12 is 6, or remember your other way. The other way some people like to do it is split them and always double check that they actually do have the same amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Double 6 is 12, or half of 12 is 6. So that's our answer. Let's do our answer, and then we'll do one more. Okay. This is a nice easy one, isn't it? Nice and clear. You can see there's 2 rows and they both have the same. Okay, so that's one thing. But so sorry, there's a matching job to that. So there's a worksheet where you have to colour in half of each thing. So half of the apples, colour in half. Colour in, maybe use a pencil, normal writing pencil, which you can rub out, and just shade it gently, okay, at the start. And then once you're happy that your answers are correct, maybe you could colour them in then. I know it's hard to rub out colouring pencil. Then you've got some other half questions similar. Maybe you can draw a line, you can colour them, whatever way is easiest for you. You can circle them, put them in groups, find out half of each of those numbers. but you don't always have a picture to help you, okay? You don't always have a picture. Sometimes you have to work it out yourself. Now, as you get used to doubling and halving, you end up just learning them off by heart. But if you come across a number and you are not sure, get yourself something to write on. Now I've got my whiteboard, which I always do. I'm gonna split it in half. They're not exactly half, are they? But I'm not splitting things in half now. I'm splitting quantities in half. I'm not splitting shapes in half. So I'm gonna share out. So I might say, well, I know half of 10 is 5, so I don't need to work that one out. But I don't know what half of 22 is. So I'm gonna share out 22 between two groups and see what half of 22 is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And the way I've done them in a nice straight line makes it easy to see. If I've lost track, I can just catch up to where I was again. So let's see what half of 22 is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to double check that I've got 11 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So half of 22 is 11, okay? Let me do another one. So rub all that out. And with fractions, the secret is just taking your time. If you take your time, you don't make mistakes. Let's do half of 28 this time. So half of 28, so let's share out 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Let's see what half of 28 is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Let me double check that I've got 14 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So half of 28 is 14. And that's actually interesting because look, 28 is 2 10s and 8 units or 8 ones. And look, if I do half of 20, that is 1 10. And if I do half of 8, that's 4. And get it interesting because it gives me the same answer. You'll start spotting these patterns the more you get used to it, especially when you're near to, and which will save you a lot of time. So, best of luck with that, guys. Do this one first. Okay? Do this one first, then move on to this one, okay? Don't worry if you still need the pictures to help you. That's fine. It's absolutely fine. You're only in year 1, okay? Then you've got a fractions activity, Karate Cat's fractions section today. As always, start on bronze. You can do bronze 3 times. If bronze is far too easy, have a go of silver. There are a few questions on silver which are sort of more aimed at year 2. We have to find thirds of things when things are cut into 3 parts. But you might be able to work it out anyway because it's similar, except you're cutting it into 3 instead of 2 for a half or 4 for quarters. So enjoy that, okay? I'll be back soon. Shout out today to Hope. You keep up the great work. Hope you're sending me lots of lovely stuff. Also shout out to Harmony. Harmony, you were smashing it at the weekend. You did so much work. You think I don't even know. Did you have a rest? Must be tired anyway. It was nice to see Julius yesterday on the video as well. He's the happiest person I've ever seen.